Gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Interlachen High School JROTC Color Guard, the Star Spangled Banner by the Interlachen High School Band, Pledge of Allegiance by Rico Thomas, and the Invocation by Rachel Johnson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day, and thank you for having us out here tonight, and thanks for no rain. We really appreciate it, Lord, and I pray for everybody's future here. I pray that it's bright, and I pray that your will be done with them, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Distinguished graduates, cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and for those of you on my graduation hot list, thank you, Lordy. You made it. Hi, good evening, and we want to welcome you all to Thompson-Baker Stadium tonight for Interlachen High School's commencement exercise for the graduating class of 2016. Graduates, it has been an absolute pleasure to serve as your principal, and minus your parents, there are none here who are more proud of you than I am. And in case you didn't already know, you are absolutely, undoubtedly, and unquestionably my favorite class of all time. Before I start thanking my second family and you guys for being here tonight, I want to recognize my full-time family that gives upon themselves a lot so I can do this. This is a big job and it takes a lot of time. So family, if you're out there, and I'm sure you are, thank you for all you do. My wife, keep holding it down. I love you, and thanks for being here tonight. All right, speaking of family, I need to start with my two sisters. These two ladies not only make me look good on a daily basis, but they make my job fun. I mean, there hasn't been a single day over the last 5 or 6 years that I've come to work and these ladies didn't have me smiling or laughing, and sometime until the point of tears every day. And that's your assistant principals, Miss Sharon Spell and Miss Terry Chanel. Next, I want to recognize our outstanding guidance counselors, Miss Kelly Guilfoyle and Mr. Michael Stevens. Your Dean of Students, Miss Clarissa DeBose and Mr. Gerald Swayze. We absolutely have to give it up for our band director and our outstanding award-winning IHS band, Mr. Irizarry and the band. This group makes a difference on a daily basis. If you're a faculty or staff member of Interlachen High School, whether you're on the field or in the stands, please stand at this time and be recognized. Teachers, that's you. Thank you very much. Accompanying me on stage is our very special guest. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Your Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Phyllis Criswell, Assistant Superintendent Helen Muir, Director of Secondary Ed, Tanya Whitehurst, School Board Member David Buckles, Mayor of Palatka, Terrell Hill, School Board Member Jane Crawford, School Board Member Terry Wright, Principal of Price Middle School, Leah Lundy, School Board Member Kathy Jorgensen, Mayor of Interlachen Ken Larson, County Commissioner Carl Flagg, and here representing St. John's River State College, Tate West. Let's give them all a round of applause. I'd like to recognize our two sharpest juniors at this time, your graduation marshals, Brendan Wyckoff and Jason Clubb. And finally, please join me in honoring the group that we have all gathered here to witness tonight, and that is the graduating class of 2016. At this time, I'd like to invite our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Phyllis Criswell, to come to the stage for some words of wisdom. Ms. Criswell.
What an honor and a pleasure it is to be here this evening. So good evening to almost graduates, proud parents, grandparents, family, friends, faculty, staff, and our distinguished guests that are here to celebrate with you tonight. On behalf of your school board members and myself, I want to welcome all of you to this wonderful graduation on 2016 for an outstanding class. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to address you tonight. I have a special place in my heart for Interlachen High School. I was the principal here at one time, and Mr. Bowling came in right behind me. He's done a fantastic job. I couldn't be more proud of him, but he didn't leave you a ram on the field like I did, so I just want to tell you that. Yeah. The class of 2010 worked with me, and that's what we decided we needed to leave the school, so I hope you've enjoyed it while you've been here. Tonight is a night that is a once-in-a-lifetime event, a defining moment in each of your lives, and therefore should be joyously celebrated. It should also be a night of giving thanks. Thanks because you made it, and thanks to your parents for their guidance, their help, and most of all, the sacrifices they've made for you over the years. They are the reason that you're here tonight, so please this evening, take time to thank them. You may think of tonight as an ending, but it is truly a beginning. You are leaving your teenage years behind tonight and beginning your life as an adult. And while each of your pathways will be unique, and some may still be unclear, you all have one thing in common. You will wake up tomorrow morning as an adult who must be ready to begin living adult lives. But when you look back over the past 13 years of your lives in kindergarten through 12th grade, the majority of you have spent those years in Putnam County schools. In school, you've had your happiest and most difficult friendships, opportunities, and learning experiences. Your teachers and administrators have taught you, guided you, mentored you, inspired you, and supported you through all of these years. Because their goal, and the goal of education, is to help you develop intelligence and good character. They did everything they could to help make you a person of intelligence and character so you can live a happy and productive life. They help shape you into who you are today. Take all that you receive from them and put it to good use. And then ask yourself, WWTBD. You must be a really smart class. And for the parents and others who don't know, I think you plastered his office and maybe the hallways with WWTBD. What would Thomas Bowling do? Well, I'm here to tell you tonight that Thomas Bowling would tell you to look forward, to choose to live a productive life. For it is choice, not chance, that determines your future. Our 26th president, Teddy Roosevelt, said, in any decision or choice, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Don't make excuses. Don't blame others. Take responsibility for yourself, your choices, and your actions. The world you will live in as an adult is very different from the world your parents and grandparents began their adult lives. You have never known a world without cell phones. For the first time in human history, thanks to the internet and smartphones, all the people of the world are able to communicate with each other instantly by phone, text, Twitter, Facebook, and you all know whatever else is out there. You know what is happening in the world as soon as it happens. Your world will see the mapping of our DNA And more than likely, all life-threatening diseases will be cured in your lifetime. But along with all the scientific good in the world, there's also constant war, economic strife, and civil unrest. You may think this has nothing to do with you and doesn't affect you, but it does. So as you make choices about your future, your job, your social life, our generation is asking your generation to also make choices about protecting and preserving all that is good in America. Each of us as American citizens has a responsibility to contribute to, support, and protect our democratic way of life, our rights and freedoms as citizens. We just celebrated Memorial Day, remembering those who have died, protecting these rights. Robert F. Kennedy served as U.S. Attorney General for his brother, President John F. Kennedy, in the 60s. And he said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history itself, but each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all those acts will be written the history of this generation. Write your history well." So becoming an adult means having responsibility, because with freedom comes responsibility. We still live in the greatest country in the world, where we have freedoms and rights other countries don't have. Our nation's Bill of Rights guarantees it, like freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom of assembly. You have a right to a free, appropriate public education, and you have just completed that this evening. There are millions of children around the world that would love to have that right. Thomas Jefferson, our third president and the main author of the Declaration of Independence, saw education as the only way to maintain our democracy. Education is the only thing that guarantees the survival of our free society. That's why education is so important and why we should value it greatly. You should value it greatly. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." What starts here tonight with your graduation can indeed change the world. Actually, this class already started. You put on your caps and gowns and walk the halls of Melrose Elementary, Aquila Elementary, Interlachen Elementary, and Price Middle School, the schools most of you attended. You were surprised at how emotional that was for you and for those students, and for your former teachers who cried as they saw you walk by. That one gesture by this class, this great class of 2016, the first ever in Putnam County, had a huge effect on the lives of many of those students who will remember that and may graduate because of it. And it felt good, didn't it, when you were there? Doing for others will always make you feel better than anything else you do. So tonight I challenge each of you to choose to make a difference. In the words of the famous anthropologist Margaret Mead, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. You can make a difference by choosing to get involved in your community, wherever you live. Join a community nonprofit organization like Rotary or Kiwanis or United Way or any community service organization that appeals to you. You will be surprised at the friends you will make and what you can accomplish for your community. This is how you can make a difference. This is how you can change the world. Seniors of the class of 2016, you're moments away from graduating, moments away from beginning the next stage of your life, moments away from starting to change the world for the better. We're counting on you. And know that wherever you go, you are representing Interlachen and Putnam County. Represent us well. And as you celebrate tonight, remember to wear your seatbelt, don't drink and drive, or text and drive, and don't ride with someone who does. Celebrate safely. And no matter how old you get or where you go, don't forget to call your mother. May God bless you from this moment on. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Criswell, for those inspiring words. Our guest speaker tonight is a 1990 graduate of Palatka High School. He earned a football scholarship to Howard University in Washington, D.C. In 1996, he received a full scholarship from the Florida Bar Association to attend the University of Florida, where he earned his Juris Doctorate degree and was admitted to practice law in the state of Florida. In 2012, he was recognized by the National Bar Association Impact Act as one of the top 40 lawyers under 40. His dedication to his community is evident by his involvement in organizations such as Young Men with Purpose, Mentor Group, Georgia Pacific Community Advisory Board of Directors for Partnership for Strong Families, President of Palatka Police Athletic League, Board of Directors for Community Partnership for Children, Board of Directors for St. Johns River State College Foundation, founder of Youth Explosion of Palatka Incorporated, Board of Directors for St. John's Habitat for Humanity, and Board of Directors for Putnam Academy of Arts and Sciences Charter School, Putnam County, and also Putnam County Affordable Housing Coalition, and the list goes on and on, so much it's hard to pronounce. He currently serves as mayor of Palatka. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker and my friend, Terrell Hill.
Good evening, graduates. We want to take this time out to thank Mr. Bowden and his staff for the opportunity to come back to Interlachen and speak. It was just a few years ago that I was actually out on this field doing a lot of yelling when I was coaching here at Interlachen. But without further ado, we want to move on to our graduation ceremony. And I was thinking of topics to talk about with you guys, and what do you talk about with people who graduate in the middle of the week? And my topic was simply Rams growing up, if I could paraphrase from Drake, on a Tuesday. Got your cap and your gown, so be choosy. So, but what I really want to tell you is that about 26 years ago, I remember sitting where you are, and I was listening to my graduation speaker at Palatka High School, and I couldn't wait for him to finish so I could go home and open my gifts. But during the course of that address, we were given words of encouragement that expressed to us what life was all about. And today I hope that I can do the same for you. See, I was born the youngest of 3 children to a single mother. My mom spent her entire life working as a migrant worker in a bag factory to support her kids. She expressed to me the importance of education, never accepting mediocrity, and she instilled in me a belief that we can do all things through Christ. See, I was born the youngest, but my father had a never-ending legal issue, and he was constantly in and out of jail. But he also encouraged me throughout the course of his circumstances. My dad would often have the cab driver hold me up to the cell so that he could parent me while incarcerated. He would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I would say a fireman or a policeman. And he said, you can be a doctor or a lawyer, you can be whatever you want to be. He said, never let your circumstances dictate your situation. And so from that, I could never wrap my brain around what he really meant. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized what that message was. And it was because of his persistence that I finally embraced the idea. And I know you can't look at me, but about 100 pounds ago, I was a well-oiled machine, a pretty good quarterback at Palatka High School. But my athletic aspirations were to take me to pro football and baseball in college. And I did pretty good at Howard University in Washington, D.C. But one day I realized that my brain could take me much farther than sports could ever take me. My college experiences taught me how to survive. It placed me in a world that I didn't know existed. It created lifelong friendships and countless networking opportunities. It made me a man. So I can truly say that this country boy from the projects, from a single family home, with all the statistics against him, has truly been blessed and persevered. 2 decades later, I've practiced law for 17 years, been an NFL contract advisor for 6 years, and now I'm the mayor of Palatka. I wish I could sit here and tell you that at the age of 5, I had this great proclamation that I was going to be the mayor of Palatka. But that wasn't true. The reality is, after 12 years of coaxing from my dad and a no-nonsense mother who was my greatest supporter, I realized that I could do anything but fail. My life's had some bumps in the roads, but so what? The greatest part of starting on the bottom is most people never realize when you pass them on your way to the top. But as I look at this class, I realize that you come from various backgrounds. Some of you will venture off to college and pursue post-secondary education. Others will go to technical college or the military. Some of you will work, and others will just take time to find yourself. But whatever your circumstances are, you must all realize that life hasn't been a crystal stair. Mother to Son by Langston Hughes says, "Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up with places with no carpet on the floor bare. But all the time I've been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. And don't you sit down on the steps, because you'll find it's kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey. I still a climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair." As we dissect Mother's message further, we must first understand what the stairway represents. The stairway is the bridge from our past to our future. The crystal usually is a depiction of our ascension down life's staircase, a sacred and special transition without obstacles or adversity. But we all know that our paths aren't smooth like crystals, and success doesn't come without sacrifice, discipline, or determination. Graduation marks the beginning of a new journey with greater expectations. You have successfully reached the first landing with higher ground to go. A high school diploma, next technical college, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, graduate school, professional school, Broadway, management, administration, and entrepreneurial success are all within your grasp. But I stand before you today to encourage you to dream the impossible dream and to keep climbing, as Mother said. At his 2013 Howard University commencement speech, the great philosopher Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy Combs asked a very serious question. Do you realize how much power is in this room today? Rams, do you realize how much power is on this field today? You got to realize that sitting here before me are doctors, lawyers, artists, activists, political leaders, awesome citizens who can affect change in their chosen ways of life. Set your goals high and realize that nothing is impossible if you have faith and you're willing to put forward the work to reach your goals. Secondly, Mother said that you must turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Statistics tell us that the most successful people in America have failed on their business endeavors at least once. The Mother in this poem tells us that our paths have tacks and splinters in it, but we can't stop climbing. She tells her son that life will take him through rough places, and the only thing that he has to lean on is his foundation and the principles set out for his life. And it'll get hard, but he must never rest. He must always keep climbing. How many of you today have felt like you would never reach this day? I know some of you may have crammed and prayed that you'll pass that last final exam. Some of you have had great forgiveness in Florida virtual schools or just begged so that you'll be on the field today. How many of you wanted to quit when you were taking algebra or chemistry or trigonometry? How many felt like you couldn't balance school and work or family? We've all hit that brick wall and we wanted to throw in the towel. But Dr. Martin Luther King says that the ultimate character of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in moments of challenge and controversy. Our character is defined by what we do when we get to obstacles. What we do when we see those tacks and splinters. Do we fight or do we keep climbing? Many of America's great success stories, Henry Ford, Abraham Lincoln, Bill Gates, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, are stories of perseverance with a common theme. Failure is simply an experience that prepares us for success. Your path has already been blazed. So when people doubt you and your abilities, remember that you can do anything but fail and keep climbing. When life presents obstacles on your job and you feel like quitting, keep climbing. Keep climbing over prejudice and preconceived notions. Keep climbing over your personal fears of success. When your finances and family obligations cause you despair, don't give up. Don't sit down, because you'll find it's kind of hard. Keep climbing. Greatness is upon you, and you hold the key to success. Remember that you're a ram. A ram is a fighter, not a regular sheep or goat. They're accustomed to climbing mountains, and they have great balance. So let's keep climbing and reach for the stars. Finally, when you reach your goals, or you're climbing that ladder to success, lift your eyes to higher ground. Increase your expectations of yourself and keep climbing. But as you climb, every now and then look back. Remember that others are following you that are traveling the same path. They need to hear your story. They need to learn from your successes and failures. They may need a hand up to allow them to keep climbing. Never become so consumed with your life that you forget about those that come after you. Life's stairway goes up and down. Remain humble and compassionate. My greatest accomplishment is helping someone else along the way. Graduates, it's time for you to ascend to greatness, and congratulations, and keep climbing.
Thank you, Mayor Hill. We'll now hear words of inspiration from two of our outstanding seniors. First up is our senior class president. He is the senior class president as well as the student body vice president. He has served as the president for the class of 2016 for 3 years. He's an Eagle Scout, and he loves to serve his community. He also served as the IHS battalion commander this last semester, holding the rank of lieutenant colonel. He will be attending Stetson University, majoring in pre-medical biology this fall. Please join me in welcoming your senior class president, Zach Eason.
Hello and welcome, teachers, staff, administrators, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2016. Before I get started, I would just like to thank a few students that are known as the senior class officers, Miss Courtney Riley, Miss Allison Ray, Miss Alexis Shoren, Miss Paloma Avila, and Miss Sierra Williams. Without you, nothing I do could be possible. Thank you. Interlachen High School is in a small town of only 1,350 residents. Most people would see this number and immediately jump to the conclusion that the school within this town lacks things like compassion, motivation, happiness, and order. After attending Interlachen High School for the past 4 years, I can say that the stereotype others may think is the farthest from the truth. Every staff member at this school has reached into our lives and molded us into young adults. Yes, we do have parents and other mentors. However, we spend 30 hours a week here. In a way, the staff and students are just as much as family as the ones we live with. We have learned the graduatory level of mathematics, English, science, and history. Along with this, we have learned the lessons that have truly prepared us for life. Along, there are so many lessons we are taught by those around us, and I would like to highlight a few tonight. In the future, when we are applying for jobs or continue our education, there will always be certain qualities in us that shine above the rest. It's amazing to see how people can thrive when they're using their best characteristics. I know for a fact that I have observed all of our staff here at Interlachen displaying these necessary talents. There is one foreign language program at Interlachen High School, Spanish. The man who runs the Spanish classes is one of the most amazing men I have ever met in my life. Enlightening students on the culture of others is a passion of his, and he never fails in doing so as long as the students are ready to learn. Every day, Senior Cooley teaches his classes in love and respect. Never have I seen Senior Cooley tear any student down in any way, only build them up. Even after the loss of some of his beloved family members, he still persisted to come to class and invest in us. And for this, I am most grateful. The quality I recognize most in Senior Cooley is his compassion. He knows what happens in our lives and is never shy to help us in any way he can. Gracias por todo, Senior Cooley. Te queremos. Next is Miss Irizarry, better known as Miss I. She works at the front desk at Interlachen High School. Every day I am so pleased to be greeted by her smiling face. In a way, she is the face of our school. Every visitor that comes here has to come through her, and I can't think of anyone I would like better. Excuse me. One day, when we are looking for happiness in our lives, please remember Miss Irizarry. The lessons we learn from her is always smile at everyone. We never know what other people are going through. Thirdly is our very own principal, Mr. Bowling. The lesson we need to learn from him is order. We have never withheld asking him for his help in our difficult situations. He is not only the head administrator at our school, but also a mentor that helps steer us in the correct path. Regardless of what we think was the right thing to do, he kept us in order, and the end goal was in our best interest. Our life is going to get crazy at times. But remember how to keep order as Mr. Bowling did with us. And remember, never give mass punishment to the actions of a few. Lastly is Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens means so much to so many of us. He is on the front lines every day helping students with their problems. From dropping out of a college class to handling our latest breakup, we know he is there for us. For some of us, we had the pleasure of having him as a coach. Personally, he was my tennis coach. One quote rings in my head over and over from tennis season. As he left us to warm up, he caught a few of us slacking off and said, "What are you when no one is looking?" These words are something we can cherish as we move on in life. Coach Stevens never failed to motivate us to get that match point, kick that winning goal, or score that winning shot. Thank you, Mr. Stevens, for helping us carry all of our baggage and motivate us always to cross the finish line, even when we didn't think we could. After these 4 years at Interlachen, it is important for us as a class to realize what we have learned here. We all remember the quote from Sir Francis Bacon, "Knowledge is power." The power that this school has given us is beyond our own comprehension. On behalf of the senior class, thank you, teachers and staff, for the love and support you have given us these past 4 years. Class of 2016, I tell you all of this for a very important reason. When you go off into your future, whether that be working, technical school, college, or the military, people are going to ask you where you came from. When you mention Interlachen, many will never have heard of it. Regardless of what others may think, stand high and be proud of where you came from. Also, never forget who taught you these important lessons. When life gets tough, remember to have the motivation Mr. Stevens gave us. When you're sad because something doesn't go your way, remember the happiness Miss Irizarry gave us every day. When you feel as if you're not in control, have the order of Mr. Bowling. And lastly, when you're very successful one day, never forget what others are going through. And even when it is difficult, remember the compassion Senior Cooley gave all of us. So, our school is located in Interlachen, Florida, with a whopping 1,350 residents. When you think of our school, think of all the compassion, motivation, happiness, and order we have here. Think of all the amazing times we had, and never forget your friends. I encourage you to find what you love in life. Never settle for the pleasure of others. Keep God in the center of whatever you do, and His qualities will fill you up. It has been an honor to serve as your class president for these past 3 years. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016.
Thank you, Zach. I think I'm going to order this rain to stay away. All right, this next young lady is ranked number 1 in her class. She has a whopping GPA of 4.662. She is a member of National Honor Society and dual enrolled in St. John's River State College. She is eligible for Bright Futures Florida Academic Scholarship, which will pay 100% of her tuition. She recently won the Robert W. Webb Award for Excellence for being Putnam County's top scholar. She has already been accepted to the University of Florida. Go Gators. And please join me in welcoming Drew Wilburn.
Good evening. I would like to welcome all in attendance tonight and thank all who've been a part of our journey thus far. So thank you, parents, administration, staff, district officials, and above all, you, class of 2016. Also a special thanks to my dad as he couldn't be here tonight because he is currently deployed. Without any of you, we would not have made it to where we are today. Over the past weeks, I've thought long and hard as to what I would say to you tonight. Facing a great deal of writer's block, I did what everybody does, Google it. I just had to see what everybody had preached to their peers and how to write an amazing speech to be immortalized in your memories. Among my research, the most cliche line not to include was, "We are the leaders of tomorrow." However cliche, the line is still relevant. We are the leaders of tomorrow. In the community of Interlachen and Putnam County as a whole, generational poverty has become an increasing issue over the decades as certain key aspects have perpetuated the cycle. Where people could once make a substantial living with only a high school diploma and a good work ethic, nowadays one must practically have a PhD to obtain a substantial job. Even with a degree, without any businesses willing to come to the area, the opportunity for employment continues to decline as more students graduate and forcing those to seek employment outside the community. As this threatens to overwhelm those of previous classes, it is our duty to end this cycle through diversified experiences and knowledge. While we could reminisce about the last 4 years, we would be ignoring the point of tonight and the years to come. Instead, we need to focus on where we're heading. The future is a scary place and we cannot face it blind. So high school's over. Now what? Are you going to college, a technical school, the military? Are you going to travel? The next chapter of your lives is full of possibility. Pursue your passions, make mistakes and fail, but then learn from those failures. Above all, explore the world. Some of you have never left Florida, and the majority of you have never left the country. I've been fortunate enough to travel all around the world, from Central America to Europe to Asia. I've walked the ancient streets of Rome amongst the locals. I've climbed Mount Fuji with the Buddhist priests. I've seen the poverty that is Honduras and Belize. Through all of my travels, I've gained so much knowledge. I now understand how fortunate we as a community and country are to have what we have. I've also learned what true poverty looks like and seen its crippling effects on communities. I've learned how to adapt to foreign environments and people, thriving wherever I land. It is only through travel that you can gain this knowledge. Until you leave this tiny town, you will never be fully awake. You will continue to see a hazy world through rose-colored glasses. You will remain stuck in the small-town mentality that there's nothing better than your little slice of Americana heaven. But know this, class. There is an entire world that awaits your arrival, ready for a new adventure. I encourage, no, I implore you to leave. Live this one life that you have received. It is actually your duty to live it as fully as possible and enjoy the journey. But in the end, when you've traveled the world and evolved as individuals, it is your duty to return to this community. Returning to my earlier statement, we are the leaders of tomorrow. In order for this community to improve in all aspects, it is vital that those of this class and all classes to come after us to desire and pursue a better future for the community through whatever means necessary. Go to college, start a business, travel the world, and then bring all of your knowledge and experience back into the community. It will be through your dedication and determination that truly makes an impact towards the betterment of the community. Although you may face success or failure, use the knowledge you have gained to better yourself and continue towards your goals, never forgetting the dream of a better future for those to come. Leonardo da Vinci once made a statement that I believe applies quite right to the class of 2016 and all of our future endeavors. Remember this, class. For once you've tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skywards. For there you've been, and there you will long to return. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2016.
As our graduates are individually announced, those with honors, distinctions will be individually recognized. Additionally, I'll recognize them collectively at this time. Those students with a GPA of 3.5 to 3.749 are cum laude graduates. Would you stand and be recognized? Thank you. Our graduates with a GPA of 3.75 to 3.99 are magna cum laude. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. And our graduates with a 4.0 GPA or above are summa cum laude graduates. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much. And now the moment that you've always all been waiting for. Marshals, present your graduates.
Nicole Kathleen Abbott. Taylor Elaine Acree, cum laude. William James Adkins, Jr. Camden Brooke Airy, magna cum laude. Paloma Patricia Avila, summa cum laude. Jonathan Michael Bailey. Donald Thomas Barber, Jr., summa cum laude. Serena Rosalind Rivera. Jonathan McGovern Beck, cum laude. Kelsey Alexis Bell. Zachary Ryan Blackwelder. Taylor Danielle Bullerman, magna cum laude. Desiree Monique Brinson. Peyton Nicole Brinson. Felicia Ann Browning. Emily Jean Berger, cum laude. Cameron Alexis Taylor Burns, cum laude. Dylan Lee Cady. Sariana Marie Camacho Cruz. David Michael Carter. Lauren Patricia Carter. Shelby Lynn Carter. Carly Ann Cassidy. Devin Xavier Cecil. Alexis Marie Coran. Marie Lynn Cochran. Slade Austin Cody. Pierce Michael Connolly. Kayla Marie Cook, summa cum laude. Dwayne Tate Cox. Katarina Isabel Elaine Combis. Adriana Michelle Cummings. Michael Lee Curry. Anna Patricia Davey, cum laude. Hunter Matthew Davis. Mariah Janae DeBose. Natalie Marie DeBruni. Christina Shanice Dion, cum laude. Christina Dawn Dowdy, magna cum laude. Megan Ashley Dowling. Morgan Diane Durham. Brendan Alec Zubin. Zachary Greg Eason, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Essex, magna cum laude. Jermaine Eugene Evans. Haley Nicole Ferrence, summa cum laude. Robert John R.J. Fisher. Elizabeth Nicole Fox, magna cum laude. Jose Ramon Garcia. James Howard Gardner. Katie Marissa Gilman, cum laude. Michaela Cheyenne Gingras. Christian Hiram Gomez. Victoria Brianna Gravel, cum laude. Oriana Bree Gutierrez. Deanna Susan Hand. Geneva Ann Harsey, summa cum laude. And at this time, we would like to introduce Mr. West from St. John's River State College, here to present Geneva Harsey with her Associate of Arts degree. Dylan Wesley Haskins, cum laude. Lance Michael Hastings. Logan Mitchell Hastings. Taylor Edward Hochstadter. Randy Hayes. Taylor Lynn Helms, cum laude. David Hernandez. Chase Tyler Hill. Alexander Charles Holdcroft. Rachel Corrine Loretta Holmes. Brandon Michael Hornsby. Taylor Aline Hauk, magna cum laude. Daisy Lynn Hughes. Jonathan Andrew James. Brianne Nicole Johnson. Rachel Marie Johnson, summa cum laude. Joshua Eugene Judson. Catherine Grace Keene. Jessica Marie Keller. Nakona Kwana Kite, summa cum laude. James Heath Loper. Ariel Robin Lucas. Megan Gail Lundy, summa cum laude. Gwyneth Lee Mastetler. Jessica Kristen Matchett. Michael J. Braxton Mathis. Amelia Marie McComsky. Brandon Thomas McConnell. Shannon Monique McCrae. Lee Dollar McDonald. Adriana Renee Minter. DeAndre Antone Minter. Teresa Ann Moore. Zachary Moskalik. Megan Nicole Murray. John Musselwhite. Alexandria Christine Oliver. Brian Keith Pearson Jr. Samantha Delnice Pearson, cum laude. Jada Marie Perez. Caitlin Marie Phillips, cum laude. William Nicholas Piffner. Patrick Tyler Poe. Miranda Jo Polk. Justin Poole. Samantha Lynn Purcell, summa cum laude. Maya Eloja Raphael. Allison Brooke Ray, magna cum laude. Rufus Lewis Ray. Sarah Evelyn Respis. Jesse Daniel Reyes, summa cum laude. Bryce Douglas Rhine. Dalton Douglas Rhine. Courtney Brooke Riley, magna cum laude.
Love you, girl. My baby.
Brittany Rodriguez. Justin Parker Russell. Madeline Janae Rutledge. Caleb Aaron Santiago. Zuleika Marie Santiago Cruz. Mackenzie Elizabeth Schultz. Sarah Elizabeth Simran. Terrence Bradley Shaw. Tyranny Paris Simmons. Cheyenne Nicole Singleton. Mark Allen Smith. Matthew Allen Smith. Travis Lee Snyder, cum laude. Brianna Essence Souza. Brianna Marie Spurgeon, cum laude. Martin Brody Still. Elizabeth Maureen Terry. Rico Maurice Thomas Jr. Nicholas Scott Thompson, summa cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Thompson. Lilybeth Iris Torres. Brittany Lynn Trowell. Carl Joseph Valentine, cum laude. Autumn Lynn Venters, magna cum laude. Brittany Shay Byers, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Elizabeth Walker, cum laude. Nikita Malia Walker. Cassandra Brian Ward, magna cum laude. Clayton Samuel Ward. Stephen Christopher White, summa cum laude. Drew Bailey Wilburn, summa cum laude. Megan Ashley Williams, summa cum laude. Sierra Nicole Williams, magna cum laude. Jessica Megan Wilson, summa cum laude. Damon Jacob Worth. Harley Kathleen Wright, summa cum laude. Brooklyn Marie Yamauchi, magna cum laude. Lexamary Zapata.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2016. On behalf of the Superintendent of Schools and the District School Board of Putnam County, and by the power vested in me by the great state of Florida, I do declare you graduates of Interlachen High School and all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. You may move your tassels. Now, as we prepare to send you out into the world, let us celebrate one final time.